Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alvin Pakitias. My student number is 20211141021. In this video, I would like to present my poetry analysis entitled Marriage by Marriane Moore. Without any further ado, let's get into the presentation. To begin with, I would love to talk what the poem is it about. This poem gives a critique to marriage in the view of social life. In the social, marriage tends to be like an enterprise instead of something personal and should be wisely picked. Hence, sometimes people marry in order to please other people, not themselves. It feels like an obligation instead of choice of life that can be picked whether you want to or not. The next one is tone. In this poem, the tone tends to be varies, mostly cynical, ironic, disdainful, and incisive. Narrator and point of view. More, Adam and Eve, he and she. Form. This poem arranged in the form of free verse. Literary devices. Similar. First, the heart rising in its state of peace as a boat rises with the rising of the water. Second, alive with words vibrating like a cymbal, touched before it has been struck. The third one, a fire as high as deep, as bright as broad, as long as life itself. Fourth, a wife with hair like a shaving brush. Metaphor. First, the nightingale refusing to sing is a metaphor for Eve refusing to do what Adam wants her to do. Adam calls his union with Eve a fire, and she calls it water. Critiques Keller and Miller note the contrast between his metaphor for their union as consuming fire and her as peaceful water foreshadows the differences that lead the man and the woman into verbal battle later in the poem. Irony. Moore's tone is ironic, especially as she begins her poem by calling marriage not an institution but an enterprise, which has a less than sacred connotation. It is ironic that the supposedly scientific discipline of psychology, which is intended to illuminate human behavior, fails so miserably when it comes to love and why people marry. It is ironic and contradictory that the man's solution to the woman wanting to be alone is to be alone together. It is ironic that the spike hand, which sounds painful and oppressive, is the mark of independence or not of bondage. There is irony and sarcasm in Moore's comment that men had power and sometimes one is made to feel it, because of simply how entrenched patriarchy was at the time. It is ironic that neither Adam nor Eve can see that it is their own self-love and not necessarily the other person's flaws that preclude their having a successful marriage. Moore's combination of Western praising liberty and union, or now and forever, is intended to be ironic in its paradox and its historical context of not giving slaves their liberty. Metonymy. Wedding ring refers to marriage. Stars, garters, buttons, and other shining baubles refer to women overall. Synecdoche. Spike hand refers to a person whose love is painful to the other. Personification. The strange experience of beauty. Its existence is too much. It tears one to pieces. and each fresh wave of consciousness is poison. Hyperbole. Here are some examples of hyperbole that applied in this poem. First, it clothes me with a shirt of fire. Second, the shining of the earth, or is but deformity. A wife is a coffin. Here is the reference that I take for this analysis. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching and keep up with me throughout the video. And see you on my next analysis.